3, 2. Oh, I'm live. I'm going to finish my coffee. Hold on. It's still hot. It's good to see you all. And thanks to you for joining me today as I'm going to talk to you about what it's really like to live in a van with a dog. Now, if you have a pet, a dog, or even a cat, we'll assume cats, this applies to cats as well, then it's different than you might really think. When I moved into my van, I thought I was going to have freedom. Now, you have to understand, I've had at least one dog, sometimes two, and once 3 dogs living with me in this van. I'm down to 1 now, and I plan on keeping it that way. But what I have learned about having a dog, and let me just add to that. If you live in a sticks and bricks and you have a dog, then it's a little bit different than living in a van because you have more room. I don't have a crate for a dog. Maybe you crate your dogs. I can't open the door and let him run out in the backyard. There's no bed for him. He's on my bed. So it's different when you live in a van with a dog. And I suppose it's different whether you have a big dog or a little dog. I have a little dog, but that's okay. Matrix has his own routine. He gets up in the morning. I mean, we do the cuddle thing. It's the same thing every morning. We get up, we go out, do our business, come back. I make breakfast. Sometimes he eats, sometimes he doesn't. He's on this whole food thing right now. And then he crawls back under the blankets, puts his head on my knees while I'm finishing doing my social media, read my Bible, and all the things that I do in the morning. After that, I do the dishes, I get ready. He has to go out again. This time he has a ball in his mouth. Doesn't matter where I am. I could be in the Walmart parking lot. He still has the ball in his mouth. He's ready to go out and play. That's his routine. About that same time, he has to go out to the bathroom. Now, if I'm driving that day, then, I'm slamming on the brakes because when he says I have to go potty, then I want him to go potty. I've had to, a few times in the night, middle of the night, I didn't want to get up and go outside. So I kind of coaxed him to go on the floor. I lay out a paper towel and that's okay. But that's a hard habit to break too. But he has his daily routine and, he'll eat at the right certain times. But he's in charge. There's no question about that. I mean, I thought that it would be okay if I wanted to eat lunch by myself. It doesn't matter what I'm eating. He has to be right in the middle of it. So even though I have freedom living in a van, my freedom is kind of limited because I have a dependent over here that creates his own rhythm and expects me to comply with him. And I have to say that most of the time I do. I mean, I'll tell him, I said, I don't want to go out right now, but he'll be persistent until I have to take him out. So what if he breaks routine? For instance, this morning when we got up and got the breakfast, we went out, we got the breakfast and all of the stuff. He didn't want to get under the blankets and go back to sleep. Instead, he broke routine. He wanted to go out. I hadn't finished my breakfast. I hadn't finished my coffee. So what did I do? I told him no 50 times. He didn't listen. And of course, we went out. So his rhythm and his routine is interrupted. It interrupts mine. And I wonder now, by the same token, do I interrupt his rhythm? For instance, I'm late today. It's 4:30. We normally eat around 5, or he does. Sometimes if I'm doing something, maybe it'll be 6. I have just interrupted his routine. A couple other things about dogs and vans that limit your freedom. One of them is that I won't leave him alone for more than an hour. I just that I know what he's doing. He's wants me to come back. We're like too much like this, I think, sometimes. But sometimes it's warm in here. I just don't. I go to the grocery store, I hurry. Because I like to hurry anyway in the grocery store, because who wants to go to the grocery store? Me. No, not me. I can't, or I choose not to, go for 2 and 3 hour hikes. Here's the thing. If I can't take him, then what I do is very limited. So my freedom is hampered by him because of that. But it's okay. That's the trade-off by having a dog, and I'm learning to take him more and more places right now. And people maybe didn't like it, but whatever. I tried to take him in Walmart quite a few times, and he just no, that doesn't work for him very well. Training him. He's training me, should I say. But living in a van with a dog does create some issues, but overall, and a cat too, I'm sure. But overall, he's great. He's great companionship. If I didn't have him, it's kind of like if I didn't have a routine and a rhythm that I have to follow with him, I would constantly be floating around, not knowing what I'm going to be doing next. Somebody asked me in a comment, "What do you do all day?" Whatever he wants, basically. But if I didn't, like I say, if I didn't have him to take care of and all of the things to fit his routine, then I would be restless all the time. I would want to move. I would want to do things. If you have a pet, a dog, or a cat, and you try to tell me that you are in charge, then I'm going to just go ahead and call you a liar right now. Because especially with, a cat, I've had cats before, and they just mostly ignore you. And you can't leave them for longer periods of time because they don't like you anyway. But we've been together since, he was 52 days old. And so, yeah, he's definitely the boss. But it's our stability in our rhythms going together, and then sometimes breaking them. And then we have to learn how to live with each other again and compromise, if that's the word that I want to use. But it's a stability. It's a stability. Living in a van with a dog, sharing things, having our own routines, but they're entwined, and having him be the boss. Like I say, if he wants to go out in the middle of the night, nope. Then I become the boss. I put down paper towels for him. So freedom is only as free as when you're alone. You can go where you want, do what you want, eat what you want, go to the bathroom when you want to. When you have a dog, none of those things apply anymore. It's the other way around. Anyway, I love my dog. It's different, though, than living with a dog in a house, because I've done that too. And he was crated, and I could go and leave him, for whatever reason for a while. But no, not Matrix. So if you're thinking about moving into a van, think seriously about the trade-off of having a dog or not having a dog. I find that pretty much most of the people I know that live in vans have a dog. Maybe it's a safety thing. Whatever. Little bark is pretty much as good as big bark when somebody can't see you. And I know some people have cats too. So anyway. But I wouldn't have it any other way. We keep our rhythm going together, and I'm the one who has to bounce more than him because he usually gets his way. Anyway, so that's my little talk for today about who's the boss in the van and how that relationship interacts with each other and how we learn to live with each other. Anyway, if you are interested in moving onto the road and you'd like some guidance maybe in how to do that, be sure and watch my Dream to Drive series, and I have the link below. And also gives you an opportunity to book a one-on-one van life session with me, so I can help you put things in order from where you are right now and to get you on the road. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry I'm late today, but he didn't want me to do that. He didn't want me to get on here this morning, so he's in charge. He's letting me lay here right now. He's letting me do it while he lays here right now. See? So yeah, he's not barking at anything, so I could get on here and do this. So anyway, thank you so much for watching our live, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow morning, if he'll let me. So anyway, have a great night.